kind of dark now, but it's pretty interesting because I was watching the video, or watching just getting back into YouTube, and I was listening to someone on a podcast thing, and they were talking about how they're giving some kind of scenario with a person they were talking to or dealing with, and they talked about how they kind of reached in and pulled some of their social equity out to help their friend. And I remember the day back when where a group of people would just kind of get together and go hang out and just do whatever, and there was no concept of, oh hey, come to the mall with me, and then later I'll repay that social equity to you for I'll go to this with you. It was it was never like, it was just a group of people that liked each other's company. We just go find things to do, and I like to think a lot of the world's still like that, or so I hope it is. It just kind of made me wonder, is there's this whole thing where people pay each other with associations, like, okay, well, if you do this, I'll pay you by having you on the podcast or all whatever. I mean, I guess there is a certain currency now to social equity, but it makes me kind of wonder. I used to have a saying. I used to say that some people do business under the guise of friendship, and I do friendship under the guise of business. And I don't know. I was just kind of something I thought of off the top of my head, and made me wonder, like, how organic are these friendships, and they're my friend, or he's my friend, or she's my friend. I wonder how organic these situations are when I see these people, on whatever platforms dealing with each other. And come to think of it now, it is kind of, I don't really see a whole lot of collaboration. I see a few people getting together now and then, but I don't see a whole lot of collaboration like I used to, which I kind of like. I kind of like the concept that somebody's putting their best foot forward, and not using other people, or the other people using each other. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's kind of funny when like, oh, this guy's my friend, and it's just a business relationship. It's just to create more of a story. More of a, it's like, well, we're going to add to the story, so let's bring in a new character, and one character will come in, and from their whatever they have, their following, and they'll bring followings into each other's groups, and their followers were kind of like that person, and the other person's followers like that person. It will result in more follows. I don't know. I don't know. It's all right. I mean, it's just the way the world goes around. Money makes the world go around, and maybe social equity is sort of a new form of money. It's a new form of money. Some people say that attention is the new currency. It's how much time someone spends, watching a program or watching a show that makes the show worth existing. I don't know. It's interesting, though, these new concepts that come along. How, and I've seen a lot of this where it's like all these people were friends, and maybe they were friends, maybe they did like each other, but it was all. I mean, I'm not against turning certain things into content, but I don't know. It's kind of like some of those family channels. It's like moments that we used to just do, things together as a family or whatever. Now, now people like just bring the whole world in to see it. I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad thing, but it's the same concept, this organic situation. Now there's someone lugging a camera around so the whole world could see the friendship, or see the party, or see whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of just interesting how it's all turned, how media is giving people the tools to do this. There's like, I don't have the quote exactly. It was in an old, relatively dated art film in an art class that I took. And it was an artist who had a exhibition set up where it had a certain series of slides that went through, and people would just basically walk into the room and watch these slides. And I guess the camera was sort of set up where people would just kind of be in the way of the camera, so the slide would show an imprint, or an imprint of not an imprint, but a shadow of the person obscuring the image slightly. And the concept was to get different results with every slide moving through. All it was basically a series of pictures of old cathedrals and old parts of Europe and, natural scapes, cityscapes, whatever. And it would just go through this old slide projector, and a person would walk into one of the rooms, and it would be kind of in the way of the projector, and the projector would have an image of them on there. And it was to demonstrate that to sit there and just record everything that goes on, and to not just be witness to what's unfolding, but to have to record it to the point where everything is archived and is saved, where the person never really gets to get lost in the moment because they're so busy documenting the moment. It's like, it loses, it just, there's something that it loses. Now, some people also have a good point where if, what happens when all you have left of your family and what happens when they have their only thing left of their past is the giant box of pictures of their family and the places they've been, and that's all they got. After whatever happened, if a person's alone and all they have is their scrapbook, and that's all they got. At least they have these memories saved where they can now reflect on them and see them. But then there's this one artist that comes in with the opposite end of the coin that says, to sit there and just record everything and be so involved in documenting everything just takes away from the magic of just enjoying the way the moment unfolds and being amidst the moment. Like to be up, like maybe up somewhere and with the family, and something happens and it's funny, or something that they see something extraordinary. They see like maybe some eagle fly through across the sky, or something like maybe they see something there, and rather than sitting there enjoying it, they struggle to get the phone out and take pictures, or struggle to get the camera out and take video or whatever, instead of just sitting there and saying that, I'm enjoying this moment and it's going to be in my memory forever, and I'll always remember it, and I'll remember the way I feel when I've seen this. Instead, I'm struggling to focus my camera on this thing and follow it around, or struggle to focus my camera on these people and catch their reactions to what's unfolding. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking sometimes the whole friendship online and different friends and different channels and different social media platforms and different affiliates, kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of sort of like reality TV. I don't know, I just think a lot of it just starts to get the feeling like that. But like, I sit there and see I'm sitting here with my dogs right now, and I could probably just sit there and walk around the park and just get the endorphins running. And I'm walking around and obviously exercising them, but be part of this, be part of them, be part of their enjoyment, rather than talking to the camera and documenting this. And that probably would add a much better dimension to my life than sit there and doing a vlog while I'm walking my dogs. Just focus on walking the dogs and present walking the dogs, rather than walking the dogs and articulating my thoughts for some just filler video. So I don't know. It just, sometimes I always wondered where, it's kind of interesting how and then of course, certain groups are exclusive and don't let other people into their groups, things like that. That's perfectly fine. That's been going on forever, ever since there's been people, it's been going on. But it's always funny how it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? I want to talk to people in the group too. And, it's like, no, which is whatever. I don't care if somebody tells me no, but it's kind of funny how it's like, well, okay, well, how organic is this community or this group? Is this really a group that's just there as more or less an affiliate marketing scheme, or is it actually part of is it actually a real community? So I don't know. I just kind of putting my thoughts together on that stuff. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get back to walking these two. So don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. See you guys on the next one.